the boxer shorts that we're making is going to start looking like this. So we're going to go from the middle and just pull. And that's actually going to make it look like we're working with shorts now. So we can see the shape. We need to close up the crotch here. This is the next part. So we're going to need some pins for that. And we're going to start with this seam right here and the seam on top. We're going to lay these on top of each other, lining them up perfectly. And I like to put one seam allowance to the right and one to the left, so there's not as much bulk here when I sew over top of it. This is going to be the first spot for pin number 1. And then I'm going to do 2 pins on either side of this middle one, so lining up the top so that it matches perfectly. The pin should go through both layers and up through both layers so that it lays flat with pin heads to the outside so that when you're sewing, you can pull them out easily. So you're going to have 5 pins total. You can also use the clips for this. Notice how I'm being very careful to match it up precisely. Now we're going to take that to the machine and we're going to do the 0 and the 7, same as we've been doing for the rest of the project. When you're done, it's going to look like this. And now what we actually have are 2 leg holes. So we want to get rid of this raw edge. We're going to do this by folding it down about 1 centimeter. And you should actually take this to the iron and give it a really nice press on each side. This is going to make it stay folded down nicely when you take it to the machine. Further than that, if you want, you can add a few pins just to hold it in place so that it stays the same length all the way around. And whatever you do to one side, we're going to do to the other side. So fold it down 1 centimeter. Iron it down, give it a good press, and then you can add a few pins. These are optional. It depends what fabric you're using. The trick to not sewing your leg holes shut is to kind of make your machine wear the shorts. So you have 1 layer above and 1 below. You're going to line it up with edge of the fabric, edge of the presser foot, and you're just going to start with a little back stitch. And we're going all the way around, taking out the pins as you go. When you get to a seam, you're actually just going to go right over top. Don't stop or leave any gaps. If you need to pull a little bit at the back, you can do that gently if you need to get over the seam. And then you're just checking every once in a while to make sure that you're adjusting the fabric and not sewing through both layers, because sewing the leg hole shut will mean that you have to seam rip. When you're finished, it should look like this. Just 1 line of stitching. We're not doing the seam finish zigzag on this one, just the 0. Part 3 is going to deal with the waistband, so we're going to head to that next.